Immagini in diretta da Piazza San Pietro, una buona giornata, una buona domenica, un ben ritrovati a tutti voi. Ancora una volta insieme per seguire fra qualche fra 4 minuti quella che è la preghiera dell'Angelus guidata da Papa Francesco, introdotta come sempre dall'allocuzione, dalle parole, la riflessione che il Papa certamente offrirà anche oggi a partire dalla pagina del Vangelo della sesta domenica del tempo ordinario. Pagina del Vangelo per chi l'Eucarestia questa mattina o nel pomeriggio di ieri, che ci riporta alle secondo il Vangelo di Luca e 4 guai a voi. Ascolteremo che cosa ci dirà il Santo Padre a tale proposito, mentre vi ricordo, in attesa di poter ascoltare per l'appunto la parola del Santo Padre, che domani mattina a partire dalle 11:30 saremo in diretta con la sala stampa della Santa Sede per seguire la presentazione dell'incontro dei presidenti di tutte le conferenze episcopali del mondo sul tema della protezione dei minori nella Chiesa. Un incontro che si aprirà giovedì prossimo, 21 febbraio, e si concluderà esattamente domenica prossima, 24 febbraio. È un momento importante nella vita della Chiesa, un momento che una volta di più ci invita a riflettere certamente sulle fatiche, su quelli che sono i peccati, vanno chiamati con il loro nome, che spesso si respira anche all'interno della comunità ecclesiale. Certamente molti si sono compiuti nel corso degli anni e bisogna andare indietro negli anni, ma certamente è una macchia che a tutt'oggi non fa bene alla vita della Chiesa. E quindi questo incontro voluto da Papa Francesco
Vatican audio app or through the Vatican News web portal. To all of those of you who are joining us through other means, EWTN, Shalom World TV and Catholic TV, and all of you joining us through radio stations throughout the world, a very warm welcome to you all. My name is Father Jan, and it's my pleasure to provide you today with the English language commentary. To St. Peter's Square, we see the many thousands of pilgrims who've gathered in Rome. People from the city, the Diocese of Rome, along with pilgrims from across the whole of the world, as we can see from the flags that they have brought with them, are eagerly awaiting the arrival of Pope Francis. It's a beautiful day in Rome, a clear blue sky, and it's quite mild, so it's good weather for the pilgrims who are waiting to greet Pope Francis. As we know, this appointment with the faithful each Sunday that he is in Rome, where he comes to make a commentary, usually on the Gospel reading of the day, Marian prayer, the Angelus, and to bless the faithful and to greet them. And many people, as I've said, from across the whole world come to be with Pope Francis, the successor of Peter. And all eyes now are looking up to the window of his study, where in a few moments, just a few moments, at 12 o'clock, he will appear. And so Pope Francis appears now at the window of his study, to the applause and the greeting of the faithful.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buongiorno.
Dear brothers and sisters, good morning.
Ci presenta le beatitudini nella versione di San Luca. Il testo si articola in 4 beatitudini.
Today's Gospel presents the Beatitudes to us in the version of St. Luke. The text is divided into 4 Beatitudes and 4 warnings, formulated with the expression, "Woe to you." With these strong and incisive words, Jesus opens his eyes to us, makes us see with his gaze, beyond appearances, beyond the surface, and teaches us to discern situations with faith. Jesus declares the poor, the hungry, the afflicted, the persecuted, blessed. He admonishes the rich, eats too much, laugh, and are acclaimed by people. The reason for this paradoxical beatitude is that God is close to them and intervenes to free them from their sin. Jesus sees this. He already sees the beatitude beyond the negative reality. And to you, addressed to those who are doing well, today serves to awaken them from the dangerous deception of selfishness and open them to the logic of love while they still have time.
Che consiste nel fidarci totalmente del Signore.
The passage of today's Gospel, therefore, invites us to reflect on the profound meaning of having faith, which consists in trusting the Lord totally. It is a matter of breaking down worldly idols in order to open our hearts to the living and true God. He alone can give our existence that much desired fullness, yet one that is difficult to achieve. In fact, even today, there are many who propose themselves as dispensers of happiness. They promise success in the short term, great profits to be had, magical solutions to every problem, and so on. They slip into the sin against the first commandment, idolatry, replacing God with an idol. Idolatry and idols seem like things of another time, but in reality they are of all times. They describe some contemporary attitudes better than many sociological analyses.
Siamo chiamati alla felicità, ad essere beati.
This is why Jesus opens our eyes to the reality. We are called to happiness, to be blessed, and we become so from now on in this measure in which we put ourselves on the side of God, of His kingdom, on the side of what is not ephemeral but endures for eternal life. We are happy if we recognize ourselves as needy before God. When we realize our need of Him, and then we become close to the poor, the afflicted, and the hungry. We are hungry, poor before God.
Ogni volta che possedendo dei beni di questo mondo non ne facciamo delle idoli a cui svendere la nostra anima.
We become capable of joy every time we possess the goods of this world and do not make them idols which can sell off our souls, but are capable of brothers and sisters. On this day, the liturgy invites us once again to question ourselves and to be truthful in our
Un
hearts.
messaggio decisivo che ci sprona a non riporre la nostra fiducia nelle cose materiali e passeggere, a non cercare la felicità.
The Beatitudes of Jesus are a decisive message, which spur us on not to place our trust in material and transitory things, not to seek happiness by following the sellers of smoke, the professions of illusion.
No, non seguire coloro. Non sono incapaci di darci speranza.
Don't follow them. They are incapable of giving you hope.
Ad acquisire uno sguardo più penetrante sulla realtà, a guarire dalla miopia cronica che lo spirito mondano ci contagia.
The Lord helps us to open our eyes, to acquire a more penetrating look at reality, to be healed from the chronic myopia that worldly spirit is. With his paradoxical word, he shakes us up and makes us recognize what really enriches us, satisfies us, gives us joy and dignity. In short, what truly gives meaning and fullness to our lives. May the Virgin Mary help us to listen to this gospel with an open mind and heart, so that it may bear fruit in our lives, and we can become witnesses to a happiness that does not disappoint.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Santa Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen.
Ecce ancilla Domini.
Fiat mi secundum verbum tuum.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Santa Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen.
Et verbum caro factum est.
Et habitavit in nobis.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Santa Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen.
Ora pro nobis Santa Dei Genitrix.
Ut digni ficiamur promissionibus Christi.
Gratiam Tuam quesumus, Domine, mentibus nostris infunde, uc angelo nuntiante, Christi Filii Tui, incarnationem coniovimus, per passionem eius et crucem, a resurrectionis gloriam perducamur, per eundem Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Pro fidelibus refuntis, requiem aeternam dona eis Domine,
Et lux et perpetua luce eis.
requiescant in pace.
Amen.
Sit nomen Domini benedictum.
Ex hoc nunc et in saeculum.
Aiutorium nostrum in nomine Domini.
Qui feci caelum et terram.
Benedicat vos, omnipotens Deus, Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen. Cari fratelli e sorelle, da giovedì a domenica prossima avrà luogo in Vaticano un incontro dei
Dear brothers and
presidenti
sisters,
di tutte le conferenze episcopali sul tema della protezione e della
from
Chiesa.
Thursday to next Sunday, a meeting of the presidents of all the episcopal conferences will take place in the Vatican on the theme of the protection of minors in the Church. I invite you to pray for this meeting, which I wanted as an act of strong pastoral responsibility in the face of an urgent challenge of our time.
Quanti sono venuti da Roma, dall'Italia e da tante parti nel mondo.
I greet all families, parishes and associations, and all who've come from Rome, Italy, the world.
Da Tolone, Marsiglia e Londra.
In particular, the pilgrims from Croatia, Toulon, Marseille and London. the students from Paris and from Badajoz.
Saluto I fedeli di Sassari, Fermo, Castiglione del Lago, Concorezzo.
I greet the faithful from Sassari, Fermo, Castiglione del Lago, Concorezzo. The families from Trentino Alto Adige
di Vicenza.
and pilgrims from the Diocese of Vicenza.
A tutti auguro una buona domenica.
Pleasant
Non
Sunday.
dimenticatevi di pregare per me.
Please do not
Buon
forget to
pranzo
pray for
e
me.
arrivederci.
Have a good lunch and goodbye. And so as we look at the Holy Father as he waves to the people in the square who with their banners and flags, some of them with scarves and other things, waving up to the Holy Father, he leaves us. And so this ends the live broadcast of today's Angelus address with Pope Francis in St. Peter's Square. Please do visit the Vatican News web portal, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter accounts for a summary of today's Angelus, as well as other coverage of Vatican and world news. On behalf of all of us at Vatican Media, a very blessed Sunday to you all. Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praise be Jesus Christ.